Hi. Many people ask me what is the difference between a transaction selling and a consultative selling. So, a transactional sale is a sale when the customer comes to your place, he knows what to buy, picks up the product, gives you the money and goes. Or when you go to a customer, you're sure the customer is in market, he wants to make a buying decision, you go, you make an offer, you get the order. That is a transactional selling. What is a consultative selling? It is a different view of selling. It is more like positioning yourself like a consultant who is a problem solver, looks at problems in a very long term orientation and offers customized solution. It is very much similar to how a doctor treats his patient. I will come to it in more detail. Let me tell you my story. I was a salesperson in a very reputed food ingredient company. The company used to sell a very high value premium ingredients, but the problem was that there were cheaper alternatives in the market. Like in every market, there were people who were selling the same product or maybe cheaper product at a cheaper price. And there was a lot of price resistance from customer. People used to always nag that your prices are expensive, we cannot afford it, and so on and so forth. So I used to get very frustrated that why are people not able to understand that a premium product is better to use, it gives a better performance, is better in quality, is more safe to use, so on and so forth. Then I've shared this frustration with one of my customers. He said very politely that Nikhil, every spending needs to be justified with a ROI. First, I didn't get his point. I said, can you repeat? He said, ROI is return on investment. So, Nikhil, if you want me to spend 5 rupees more on your ingredient, just prove me how that 5 rupees can give me 5 rupees back. You just have to prove that the product is efficient enough that I should invest 5 rupees more in your product. That made me think, and what I did when I went back to office, I met one of a senior salesperson in the company whom I respected a lot. He was 25 years and more in sales. He was very senior. He was very successful salesperson, and I used to take advice from him on sales. So he told me, Nikhil, it is a very valid point. He asked me to sell like a doctor treats his patient. Like when you go to a patient, when a patient goes to a doctor, it is not that on the first day he says, okay, I think you need an operation, and he takes you to the operation theater. First, when you reach, he asks you questions. He tries to understand what the fever has been about, how long it is, do you have a stomach ache. They ask you questions, and then to validate those hypotheses, he asks you to also do some analysis in a lab. And after the analysis comes, then he arrives at a conclusion that Nikhil, you need to have so and so treatment done, right? So that is a very that is the way a doctor treats a patient. And in sales, in B2B sales, my advisor told me to use the similar approach. So I started doing that. When after that I went to a customer, I would say, I would introduce myself and say, sir, I am not here to sell anything. I see myself as a consultant, and I'm just here to explore if the products that I my company offers, can it help you solve your problems, can it help you achieve your goals. And believe me, once I did it for just these two lines, once I did it for 10 customers, the sales had started coming in. All the customers, all this visits, the calls that I did were resulting into sales. And I had transformed myself from a transactional salesperson to a professional consultative seller. That's for today. Thank you so much for watching.